No, we have some Kevin Samuel clips here. He's speaking on cheating, and we have some other clips of women speaking on cheating. And you will notice a pattern that keeps coming up when the women speak. So click, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Let's get into it.
Here's the problem. Many of you blow relationships with quality men because you don't know how to be in a committed, faithful relationship. You don't know how to shut down all other outside attention from men and just focus on one man. So you're always keeping all your doors open, all your options open, so you never really have time to bond with this man. And he's into you, talking to you, dealing with you. Men are not that complicated. When we choose somebody, we choose because we're trying to get on down the road and build and do life. But you still got all these different things, and you guys are talking back and forth, dealing with one another. And then all of a sudden, your pattern starts to change. And you ever notice that when you ladies cheat, you never just cheat and break up? You're leaving one man going directly to another one because you've been cheating all along. And it's time that we start being honest about female infidelity. You ladies are cheaters. The science is in. Heterosexual married women cheat at the similar rates as heterosexual married men, married or committed monogamous relationships, because you refuse to just deal with one man at a time. You want to know if a woman's a cheater? Tell her to turn off her social media.
Love myself and love others, that we could all be on the road together. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to speak my truth, but I'm also going to protect you. So if I got to look like the adulterous wife to make sure you're good, I'm going to do it.
That's why you deserve to be alone. Because you had a good man. Because you had a good man. A man who, even after you cheated on him and admitted, and he forgave you and tried to work on it, you, and you didn't learn the lesson, though. You couldn't what?
I had some work that trauma. That's hard to get over. Like,
no offense, but the way to address the trauma is to fall on somebody's penis?
No.
So forgive me, ma'am. I don't give you ladies trauma. So, hey, honey, I got trauma. So I went and got the woman across the street pregnant and had some kids, but I had a bad upbringing.
You see that? See how she tried to weaponize her trauma? She cheated and still found a way to make it about her. And as Kevin said about the trauma, it didn't make you go looking for another penis. That's a lack of accountability.
I do not know who need to hear this, but y'all need to start cheating just in case, okay? Cheat just in case. Stop being loyal to a man just because. Men were never designed to be loyal. Cheat just in case, okay? And until something is serious, you need to be dating many men until one is serious about you. And I'm not talking about serious like he says it, serious like you live with him, serious like he put you in a new car, put you in a new place to live, serious like fix your credit. That's what I'm talking about. None of that small shit.
I was in a relationship for 10 years.
Okay.
With my son's father. And he was 10 years older than me at the time. And basically, I wasn't ready at the time to be in a relationship.
You weren't ready to be in marriage or relationship?
Well, marriage. And so I cheated a lot in the beginning. Okay. And then I ended up leaving him after the 10 years because he cheated once and I couldn't get over it. And I haven't been able to get a solid relationship since then. And I don't know.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I have 2. I had a child after I left him.
So you had a child with him and then a child after him?
Yes. The child after him was like a revenge thing. I was upset. Yeah. Okay, right. And I had a child by his cousin.
What? Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
My question is, I'm trying not to be salty towards like all men.
Why should you be salty? I mean, ma'am, no disrespect, but what you just said is you told a story where you were a young woman dealing with a man who had you, and for 10 years, you were around. He cheats one time.
No, not the whole 10 years.
Doesn't matter. 10 years, 3 years, 5 years, you were cheating a lot.
Yeah.
He cheats one time, then you decide to get salty and leave. Then you leave, and then on the way out, you screw his cousin and have a baby with him.
Well, it's not like his blood.
And I'm just getting the story right, man. And Now you're trying to figure out how not to get salty with men. That's basically what you said. The facts are right.
The facts are right. Yeah.
Okay, then why should you even be in a relationship with anybody?
I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out. I need to just work on myself right now.
This is their crazy mentality. She cheated on him, then he made one mistake, and it's time to end everything. Not when she was doing wrong, but as soon as he made one mistake. The nerves of these modern women. This is them on display.
Your girlfriends are all cheating on you. I don't know why you're laughing. Like, women cheat for the just in cases. In the beginning of a relationship, they're going to cheat with somebody just in case you ever cheat on them. They already cheated on you, so they don't care. That's like another way of protecting your own heart. It's like, who cares? I already did him dirty. No woman is going to let you just cheat and not cheat back. That's why they just do it at the beginning of the relationship, just in case you ever do cheat. It could be 10 years from now, 20 years from now. It's okay. They already got it out the way. They don't care. That's why they forgive y'all so easily, because we both guilty.
Why are modern women so bad at relationships?
My problem is that I tend to attract narcissists, and I'm the complete opposite of a narcissist. I'm a very caring, very empathetic person.
When was your last relationship?
4 years ago.
Was he a narcissist?
No.
Why'd you leave him?
Let's just say it didn't work out because I cheated.
So you're coming on and you're playing the violin to get everybody's feelings involved. Poor empathetic girl who attracts the bad guy who's a narcissist. But then when they asked a few questions, you had a relationship with a guy for 3 years that you cheated on. And you left him.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you leave him for?
At the time, my excuse was that I was bored.
But the thing is, my issue with what you did is you came in with the victim card.
Oh, I was coming in currently now what my issue is now. Because that was 4 years ago. My issues now are different.
You know what karma is? It's your karma.
Yeah.
So you don't come in with that.
So when does karma end?
I don't know, ask the universe. This is why I don't fuck with karma. That's why I leave it alone. That's why I stay on the good side.
Notice another woman come in labeling the man the bad person, but we find out she was the one who was self-centered. This is why there is no real reason for a man to get in a relationship, because no matter what happens, if the relationship ends, no matter whose fault it is, the man will get blamed.
Women cheat just as much, if not more, than men, but women cheat in a different way. Women cheat emotionally. When you go through a woman's phone, it's a bunch of emotional cheating, a bunch of emotional ties that they have to men. It's particularly 1 or 2 men that'll be around for a couple of years, where she's posting memes, like, trying to get his attention. He's like, oh, is this for me? Accepting little Cash App coffee dates from him and things like that. Every time something goes wrong in her relationship with her husband, she's running to this man online to tell him exactly what happened. And he's on her side, obviously, because he's hoping one day, he's going to hold it out, because he has nothing to lose right now. He's not paying any bills for her. He's not really doing anything for her. He's being an emotional ear for her, hoping, that one day when she does leave her husband, he's going to be, the first one up to taste that, what I mean? And so it's like, women, though, they will divorce their husbands for cheating physically, but they've been cheating emotionally the whole time. And they would try to say it's not the same thing, but it is the same thing, because women are emotional creatures. So you are being emotional. You're giving yourself to someone emotionally. That is a form of cheating. Whether women want to admit it or not, that is a huge form of cheating. And that's how the connections start. I think that's actually worse, because this man knows you inside and out. Your husband then fucked this girl. She don't even know his last name. And now she just looks dumb at this point. But this man that you've been emotionally cheating with for years knows your kids' birthdays, knows your co-worker's business, knows every single thing about you, because you guys are emotional. Well, you're emotionally tied to him. It's not to say he's emotionally tied to you back. You know what I mean? He could have a wife, kids, girlfriend, anything he's not telling you about. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, women will divorce their husbands for physically cheating when they've been emotionally cheating the whole time, and they will try to say it's not the same thing. But I promise you, if you go through that girl's DMs, she got a couple people from out a year or 2 that she's been talking to daily, if not hourly. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you some of the things that I did when I was cheating on my husband, my ex-husband rather. This was the biggest lie I think I ever told him. Out of all the lies I told, I think this was the biggest lie. So I was doing my thing, ain't gonna lie. And I had met a dude that we want to spend the weekend together. He was from Philadelphia. He lived down here where I stay. And so this was back like 2010, 2009. But this was the biggest lie I ever told my husband. You know how you get paid under the table? You know how you get paid under the table? You know, sometimes you can work a job or whatever and you get paid under the table. Well, I had my husband thinking I was going to work every weekend. I had my husband thinking I was going to work over the weekend. I was doing, like, keeping an elderly person over the weekend at their house, like doing CNA type work. And I would go every Friday night and every Saturday night. And y'all, the fucked up part about it is, I'm being real now. I just got to keep it real. The pay that I would bring home was the money that my husband was giving me when he get paid. He thought I was working. He didn't know I was working I was working and bringing home the money that he already done gave me, saying that I done got paid. I would get a hotel room. Me and him do the hotel room every weekend, and do our thing. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real now. But at the end of the day, yes, and for the ones that's finna come for me saying I was trifling, I was wrong as hell. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. But guess what? At the end of the day, I'm here today to confess what the fuck I did wrong. But I think that was the biggest lie, and it went on for a long time. But I'm going to tell you something. That shit caught up with my ass. He never found out about that, but at the end of the day, it caught up with my ass with karma. I'm telling you, if you doing your wife or your husband wrong, stop the shit right damn now.
That wasn't just cheating. That was a strategy, deception, planning, weekend after weekend. She was basically living a double life. And I'm sure karma did catch up with her. But do you guys really think she gives a damn?
When you guys married?
We started in 2009 and we separated in 2016.
So what did you learn?
I learned that I definitely needed to work through my trauma.
And how did he find out?
I told him.
You told him you cheated?
Yeah, I felt guilty.
Okay. But after you told him, did you continue to cheat?
It took me a while.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you deserve to be by yourself.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, yes. Let me explain why. First off, I say this often. If you cheat and make a mistake and it's never going to happen again, don't tell me. Don't you unburden yourself at my expense. Wow. That's your cross to carry. Because I don't want to have to know that. Because then I have to do something about it. If you do it and it's never going to happen again, you suffer. Men don't want to know this shit. But the reason you told him, now it goes into the next thing, because you told him. What's the purpose of telling him if you weren't going to stop?
I had intentions to stop.
I don't care what your intentions were. You didn't.
But I didn't know I wasn't going to.
That's why I said you deserve to be by yourself.
Okay, I accept that.
Why did that shock you so much when I said that?
Because I don't think anybody deserves to be by themselves.
Yes, you do. If you're having sex with somebody else that's not your husband, and you go tell your husband who was just in there playing 2K, minding his own business, and then you come in here and tell him, hey, by the way, when you're not here, I'm giving somebody all of the stuff I promised you would have for the rest of your life. He has to suffer through that. He has to go through that emotional trauma. He has to go through all that. You completely ruined the rest of his life. And then you didn't stop. That's a huge problem.
He said it plain. She confessed, but didn't stop. So what was the confession for? Just to make her feel better? Meanwhile, this man probably damaged for life. And she's up here laughing. And she didn't even think she should suffer any consequences, talking about nobody deserves to live alone. Somebody's going to be alone. There's more women in this world than men. That's just natural.
I've been having an affair for the last 8 to 9 months, I think. And my husband caught me. When my husband found out that I was having an affair, I got mad and I made him leave our marital home. And I kept my son here. And I hired a divorce attorney because I wanted to file for divorce immediately now that my husband had caught me. And
Like, I won't allow him in the house. I won't allow him to come in here and get all his things. I won't allow him to see my son. I've already told my lawyer that I want full custody.
Okay, I don't want Dad to have visitation at all. I want to keep the house, I want to keep the cars, and I want 100% of all of our marital property. Whether that's his bank accounts, his investment account, his retirement accounts, I want all of that because it just was embarrassing that he caught me cheating, and I now have to impose some of that embarrassment on him.
Can you imagine being married or being with someone and all of a sudden they decide they're not happy anymore, so they're going to do whatever it takes to make them happy? That's why I always say don't ever try to make a woman happy, even if it breaks up the family, because you can't. That's why as soon as they come to me and tell me they're not happy, I'm like, bye, Felicia, because that usually means they're going to cheat or they're already cheating. Either way, the relationship's over with because no one else can make anyone else happy.
Do women cheat? Yes, they do. And they do it well. Here are a couple signs to look out for if you think your girl's cheating. Now, do all of these mean she's cheating? No, but it's a good indicator. Okay? If a woman starts switching up her emotional patterns within a relationship, something's going on. If she's doing a hot and cold with you, one day she's emotionally disconnected, the next day she's firing back up, trying to make things work. It's probably because she wanted to see how desirable she was on the market, saw how desirable she was, things didn't work out, and then came back to try to make things work with you. She's kind of an amateur in the cheating world. She would get defensive if she was questioned. But if she's done this a bunch, most women become very smart and learn to not be defensive because that's a telltale sign of some type of cheating or guilt. If her communication patterns start to switch, she's starting to do things out of the norm, something's going on. I don't know if it's a full-on cheat yet, but there's something going on. She might be emotionally detaching and attaching to somebody else or just figuring out where she stands in the relationship. I'll give you one more. If you cheated and she seemed pretty okay with it, feisty but willing to forgive, she's willing to forgive because she probably was cheating herself at some level and knew that you were cheating and started to navigate different conversations behind your back. Sounds terrible, but that is the truth.
One thing that women hate more than anything else is being bored. And when you don't cheat, you're boring. You better give your woman something to worry about because the worst thing you can do with a modern woman is to let her feel comfortable. This has come from the mouths of women, not men, the mouths of women. They don't want to be bored. What have I said over the years? Give your woman the gift of discomfort, meaning giving her something to think about. Understand something, that the kind of woman you want has been imprinted on by a man before you. And the man before you that had her heart, he had her mind. In order to get her mind, he had to keep her mind occupied. You don't keep her mind occupied with flowers, chocolates, and love letters. You keep her mind occupied with other women. Women care about the opinion of other women. Your woman wants to be with the man who other women want to shebang-a-bang. Don't kill me. Don't get upset because you think it's not right. If you decide to go through with cheating or not, that's up to you. The fact of the matter is she needs to know that you will leave her. She needs to know you will leave. Don't talk about it. She needs to know that you will bounce. The most powerful Uno reverse card any man can play is the presence of absence. You don't announce when you're breaking out. You just break out. And when you break out, make sure you show up with one that's better than the one you had.
And there it is. They love drama so much. That's why they love men that cheat, because they like the chaos. They don't want to be bored. They hate being bored. But as you can hear, the bottom line is when they cheat, it's still the man's fault.